for now as well, have a quick look at the next hurdle that Liverpool have to leap, which is Wolves at Anfield after Everton, and that's on the Sunday. And it is going to be the 2:00 kickoff on Sunday. And for the record, Wolves rock on in the FA Cup, having beaten Blackburn at Blackburn on Sunday. They had a 2-0 win over Aston Villa, which is impressive, and also a local derby win for them on Saturday the 1st. They had a 1-0 defeat to Arsenal with a man sent off on either side in the previous game to that. That was the 25th of January, and a 3-1 defeat to Chelsea previous to that on the 20th, and a 3-0 previous to that to Newcastle back on the 15th of January. So they're kind of having the opposite run, if we're being honest, to what Everton are having in terms of the way results are going for them. And, you know, even though they've sort of scooted up a little bit in terms of the last series of results, they are still very much in danger zone territory. If you say Southampton are cut off and adrift on 9 points after 24 games, Ipswich are on 16, Leicester are on 17, Wolves are on 19, and they've all played 24 matches. Wolves are banging that mix, aren't they, Jan?
Yeah, they are, Trevor, and I think they've been playing at it for a couple of years. Selling really, really top players. The boy Nunes has gone to Manchester City, Pedro Neto has gone to Chelsea, the two Portuguese fellas in the middle, Ruben Neves, and what was the other one, Jorginho. Kilman, the big centre half, he went to West Ham, didn't he? I think they've been at it for a couple of years now, where a good offer was enough to get your best players out, and then obviously try and reload with cheap options. But I don't quite think they've hit the level that they did. So the one thing that saved them, again, is the newly promoted teams. The fact that we now, yet again, seeing that the three promoted teams are not very, very good. So they'll probably be the three that will keep Wolves in it for this year. They do have some quality, Trevor, but consistently, they just haven't been good enough. You lose your ability to defend, then you lose your ability to control games, scoring goals. Yeah, Matthias Cunha is a terrific footballer. Strand Larsen, I think he's out injured at the moment. The Norwegian, God love him, he gives it everything he's got in it, but he's not a natural goal scorer. So they are lacking. And of course, when I mentioned the players they sold, I even forgot to mention Diego Shota, didn't I? Because he's also flew the nest. And so they let a lot of good players go, and they've obviously gambled and thought they could, and they haven't quite hit it.
Yeah, and they had those, didn't they, sort of useful agent scenarios going on there in terms of keeping them supplied with good footballers. And just for the record, their most recent lineup, just to give a little bit of truth to what you're saying there, they had Jose Sa, they had Agbadu with Gomez and Doherty either side in a back three, nominally Nelson Semedo and Riyad Nouri on the flanks, Bellegarde and Andre, the kid we were linked with briefly, in the middle with Sarabia and Cunha, who you've mentioned, behind Guedes. On their bench, there's Santiago Bueno, Hwang came on at one point, Rodrigo Gomez, Tommy Doyle. They've got Craig Dawson there as well, Sam Johnston, and in the last day they had Cardoso de Lima as well, and Carlos Forbes. You can hear by some of those names that those links are obviously still ongoing in terms of their recruitment, but it seems, doesn't it, as if they are not necessarily in a great moment. However, the Premier League's a bit weird, and their last game was that 2-0 win over Aston Villa, who we'll be very wary of when we're playing them in the near future.